my phone is letting me turn this sideways and put it in the holder. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. I just got off of Interstate 80 in Ohio.
Continue for 3 miles.
And I don't know why, but it's gonna, in 3 miles, it's putting me back on 80. So, okay. Just wanted to jump on. I was pretty successful with Vlogmas this year, even though most of it ended up being Disney content, but that was just because we had a big couple weeks in Orlando because my niece graduated from college in Orlando. So I was up there a lot for a few weeks, so I was able to get a lot of just short videos, and it worked well. So I think I posted every day in December except for one, and it was just a very busy time. So very exciting but very busy time, and we did get a lot of quick sneak peeks of things at Disney for Vlogmas. But for the last day of Vlogmas, I thought, well, while I'm driving from Pennsylvania to Michigan, I might as well try a live stream. And I don't even know if this is working, but we'll see. Lots of things that I wanted to talk about, and last night I was thinking that I should have written them down, and I didn't. Right now I am driving to Plymouth, Michigan to pick up a Christmas tree I bought online yesterday. In one of my videos, we were talking about my travel tree, and I said I didn't have enough room yet and I needed a bigger one, so I bought one that's a foot taller than what I currently have. And when I get back to Florida, I will move all my travel ornaments over and add the ones from the summer that did not fit on. So that's exciting, travel related news. So that's what I'm doing today, and then I'm going to be in Michigan until the morning of January 4th, and then it'll be a 2-day drive back to South Florida. So this will wrap up Vlogmas. I am back to the normal posting of videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I already have one loaded for Wednesday and one loaded for Saturday, ready to go. We're on day 17 of the 36-day road trip, and I thought I'd share some of the things that have surprised me with this. I never would have thought that it would take me this long to share all the footage. When I wonder if this is still going.
Onto the I-80 West ramp.
It knocked it around a little bit, and now it's not happy. So
Continue
when
for
I
half a mile.
started this trip, I said to my niece, oh, the videos that you're in, which were towards the end, I said, they'll probably be up by November. Well, she doesn't make an appearance until I think day 21, something like that. Let's see if I can shake this back. It's still going, so.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-80 West.
So I wonder if there was something going on I-80 West that they just took me around a little bit. But it surprised me how long it would take me. I thought, 36-day road trip, 36 videos, put them up. If I'm doing it twice a week, it would be done in 18 weeks.
143 miles.
Well, I did not realize that I think day 16 had 5 or 6 parts, and there were other days that had lots of parts to them. So we're just making our way through day 17 now, and I put up one part already. I have part 2 coming on Wednesday, and I think part one more part because that's not the end of it. So that was one of the things that surprised me about this. Another thing that I didn't realize when I set out on this was I did this in the summer with just my phone. Like, no laptop, no computer, no camera, nothing, just my phone. And I didn't realize I was going to run out of storage so quickly. I'm still having issues with storage when I'm trying to move my photos out of Google Photos onto my device, to put them in, to edit them together, and then having to erase them real quick before I try to upload. It's kind of crazy. When I originally bought this phone, I wanted to get the 512, but they only had a 256 in the store, and I ended up settling for the smaller storage. I wish I would have gotten the bigger one, but that was, I think, 4 years ago I got this phone, so never would I have thought that I'd be doing this. I actually got the idea to do the live stream from a channel that I follow called Lake Life. Lake Life is a couple that lives in Anchorage, Alaska, and I found them on YouTube when I was looking and trying to decide between Holland America and Princess Cruise Lines. I came across one of their videos, and then I'm like, oh, I like their Alaska content. You know, we were going to Alaska, so I started watching them, and now I watch them all the time. They do vlogs on YouTube. They also do podcasts. And they, every once in a while, do a podcast that they just call Road Trip Ramblings. And I love them. They're great. They get in their car to go somewhere. They just start recording and they just talk about whatever. So, and they just did a live stream. They do a Christmas card exchange. So, they just had their live stream. I'm like, I've never done it. I might as well give it a shot. So we will see if this works, because I don't even know if this is working, and I'm not paying too much attention to the phone itself. I am just talking. So if you're leaving any comments, I'd love to see some comments later, but I won't be looking at them now because I'm driving on the Ohio Turnpike. But I would like to see some comments later after this post. So this is going to be my version of Road Trip Ramblings. Now, something that I did the other day was my cord for the phone hit something crazy on my screen, and now very cold air was coming out. I ordered some like year in review New Year's cards, I think 2 days ago. So if you are interested in receiving a card with some of the photos from my summer road trip, go ahead over to Instagram and find me there. Send me a DM with your address, and when I get back to Florida, I will be picking up those cards, and I'd love to send one out to you. So go over on Instagram to Travel Dawn to Dusk. I will try, after I'm done with this and once I'm stopped, to in the comments put my Instagram, and then hopefully we can get some of those cards out when I get to Florida. That was another thing that I wanted to talk about. So I was surprised by how long it takes for the footage. The other thing that I really had no idea about was editing. I've never edited anything before. I kind of Googled what's the easiest app to use. What was the easiest app I could use to edit footage to go on YouTube? And I just downloaded that. It is pretty easy. My editing is not perfect. I make lots of mistakes, but these are just videos that I'll have forever. So I put them up, and they're not always perfect, but I hope you enjoy some of them. But I thought what I would be doing is I would be editing along the way and then uploading videos as I was actually still on the road trip. And I did have some intentions to do that. And I knew there would be lots of places that my phone just would have zero service. But I had zero service a lot more than I thought I would. And when I did have service at campgrounds, it was when my phone was smashed. So I wasn't actually able to edit anything and post anything. And then once I got my phone back, I was at campgrounds where I had zero service. So I didn't get to work on that at all. I did a little bit of work once I started the last week of my road trip because I was in hotels in the last week. So I did some there. But I really thought that the footage would start going up during the summer while I was on the trip. And that really didn't happen. But that's okay because now we'll probably have footage for most of, the year, and then it'll be summer again. So I'll be able to adventure more. I'm trying to think of some other things that really surprised me on the trip. I know I talked about it in a couple of the videos, but even in the 3 weeks I was by myself, I never got that feeling like, okay, this is enough. I'm tired of sleeping in the car on an air mattress. Tired of being alone. I really never got that feeling. I think I could have kept going for quite a while, just the way I was.
Continue on I-80.
It was nice once my niece got there and I had some company, but I was okay by myself. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for doing that, but I really enjoyed it. It's very recharging for me to be out in nature by myself. So I enjoyed being by myself. I also enjoyed my week with my niece and my week with my dad. But those weeks, I was okay. And I talked to lots of people at campgrounds and on trails, and I talked to rangers. And it wasn't that I went out a whole day and never spoke to anyone. I talked to lots of people. But just that alone time where it was just me and what I wanted to do, and if things didn't work out perfect, I wasn't feeling like I would disappoint somebody else. It was really nice. So I did kind of expect it to get a little old towards the end, but it never did. So those are some of the things that surprised me or I wasn't quite prepared for. One of the biggest things the hardest thing to get used to was keeping my phone horizontal for YouTube videos, because if I had it vertical, it doesn't work as well on YouTube. So that was a learning curve. You'll see at some of the first videos, I had my phone the other way and I had to get used to switching it and making sure that I was going the correct format to get the best videos that I could. So that was kind of hard to get used to. And then I had planned on doing certain things like, let's add up how much I spent on gas, and let's see how many miles I drive a day, and let's see how much I spent on accommodations and all of that. And I did great at certain points, and then at other points, I was tired at night, or I forgot and I already had the car turned off for the day, and I'm like, I'll just look at the mileage in the morning, and I'd forget to look in the morning. Or I'd get gas and I'd forget to write it down. So I had the best of intentions with a lot of things that just didn't follow through, because I felt like, every night I would have this time at my campsite. Well, I did, but by the time I got there, I was tired, and I was worrying about figuring out something to eat and having everything ready for the next day, not necessarily having a lot of leisurely time. And that's just how I had planned the trip, and the fact that most of my stays were one night and not a lot of time in each place. So I was using that time I had to get as much done as possible. So if you have any questions for me about anything you've seen on any of the videos that you've seen so far, or anything about car camping or solo travel as a female, If it's something you want to put in the comments, go ahead. If it's something you don't want to put in the comments, you can always find me on Instagram and DM me. Or if it's something that needs a more lengthy answer, it would be better to DM on Instagram. So same name over on Instagram, Travel Dawn to Dusk. Come on over if you have any questions. If you have any favorite things that you've seen so far in my videos that you want to comment below, I'd love to see those. And I guess the other thing that I wanted to talk about is what's coming up next. So 2025, I've kind of been thinking about it because I don't have a ton planned so far. So far, I will be heading to Germany in June with my father for almost 2 weeks. So that'll be a big trip coming up that I hope to be able to get some video footage of and share when I get back. I'm also considering a trip back to Germany over Thanksgiving week for Christmas markets with my roommate. Hoping that happens and that goes through. And then in the summer, I hope to do some more car camping, and I don't even know where yet. So I need to start looking into that soon because good campgrounds fill up quick and things start to open up. Some of the places are already open. There's some national parks I might want to hit. There's some baseball stadiums I might want to hit. But that's something that I need to start looking at sooner than later. And I think once I get back in Florida, I will be doing that probably pretty quickly. That'll be my nights and weekends, would be figuring out some other things I might do this summer. So I hope you've been enjoying the videos I've been posting. And I will continue to post. I should have at least I'd say a couple more months worth of videos to post the way that they're going. So thank you for following along with me and supporting this little idea that I got before this summer trip, and I hope you keep following along. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. If you have had some vacation time, happy break, happy time off work, and I hope to be seeing you again soon. Now let's see if I can figure out how to get out of this live and save it. Oops. So you may have to stick with me for a minute or two, but I truly appreciate you following along with me. Please, please, please go over to Instagram and send me your address. I'd love to get some of these cards out when I get back to Florida. So thank you for coming along with me as I travel dawn to dusk. That doesn't seem to be the button I was supposed to push. Oh, we'll figure it out.